Okay. Um, Next up is Lazy Town. Yes, this one. Lazy Town. Yes, this used to be my childhood. My childhood since I was little. I remember watching Lazy Town for the first time. I think it was back around 2006, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it was 2005. Yes, there was a superhero named Sporkis. I do like Sporkis, though. Sporkis is, like, my favorite character of the show. And there was this girl named Stephanie. I like Stephanie, too. And, yeah. And, there was this, evil villain. His name is Robbie Rotten. He's kind of funny, though. He's really funny, though. Even though, the actor who played Robbie Rotten, died. Rest in peace. So, and yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace. And there was these characters, like there was Ziggy, who likes candy a lot. Stingy, who sings the Mine song. Even though this song was so popular, they made like the Mine song, but back around 2016, and yeah, he's like a spoiled kid, and yeah, he's like so rich, like oh my gosh. There was this girl named Trixie. There were two girls in the show, by the way. There were two girls in the show, by the way, and yeah, there was this girl named Trixie. She likes to be energetic, just like Sporicus, and yeah, and Pixel, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pixel likes technology and stuff, so yeah. So 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 yeah, so yeah. He's like a computer whiz kid, and yeah. Oh yeah, forgot these two characters. There was the mayor. Which is his name was Uncle Milford, and yeah, that's Stephanie's uncle, and yeah, and yeah, and there was Bessie. Yeah, Bessie is a really funny character. Yeah, on the show. Yeah, oh yeah, she's like a woman. I mean, three girls in the show. There were a lot of boys in the show, and yeah, there were not enough girls in the show, and yeah, I was so surprised about that. And yeah, that was so weird though. And yeah, I do like all the seasons. And yeah, but some of the seasons, but the season 3 and 4 of Lazy Town were only aired on NBC. And yeah, I don't know. And yeah, and not Nick Jr. though. They, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not Nick Jr. anymore. And yeah, I'm really sad I missed the show. And 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 mm, and yeah, yeah. The season 1 and 2 episodes of Lazy Town were absolutely hilarious. And yeah, I do like the songs though. But sometimes I would watch the whole episodes without the songs. But except bing the bing bang doing the dawn fun and just, I don't know the lyrics, but I do know some of it. And yeah. And yeah, Lazy Town is my childhood. And yeah, there were some like changes on the neck on this on the there were like changes on the seasons 3 and 4 of Lazy Town, and that was like Stephanie's played by a new actress. I think her name was Victoria, but I don't know her last name though. I could be wrong though. And Trixie's voice has changed. Yeah, she Trixie's voice sound like Smudge from It's a Big Big World. That's so weird though, and yeah, yeah, and yeah. I do like the seasons 1 and 2 better because they're like way better than seasons 3 and 4. So yeah, I do like this season. I do like those seasons, but I do like seasons 1 and 2 better. So yeah, Lazy Town is like my childhood. Yeah, hilarious, and I still watch them on YouTube. So yeah, Lazy Town is a really really great show. This one. Yes, this one. This one is The Backyardigans. Yes, The Backyardigans. I remember watching The Backyardigans for the first time. It was on a trailer in my it was on a trailer in on the blues on this trailer was from the Blues Clues Blues Stock VHS, and yeah, that's the first time that I watched blues, or that I watched The Backyardigans, but I never watched a full episode of it because I never watched the whole show of it. So the whole episodes of that show. So yeah, and the first time I watched The Backyardigans for the first time, it was at my grandma's house, and it was the Mission to Mars. It was the Mission to Mars episode, and this and yeah, that episode's so cool though, and yeah, the first time I watched The Backyardigans was from was back around 2007, but actually the first time I watched this show was like back around 2004. Yeah, that was from the Blue Stock VHS, and that was so cool though. Like the animation looks so good though, and yeah, so yeah, yes, I still like this show because I have a Leapfrog Click Start. I have a Leapfrog Click Start game of this show, and yeah, 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 yeah. It was seen a lot. It was seen a lot on my Leapfrog Click Start, my first computer gameplay series, and yeah, it was so good though. It was so good in my opinion, and yeah, that used to be my childhood since I first got my Leapfrog Click Start, my first computer gameplay series, my Leapfrog Click Start, my first computer back around 2007, and yeah, I forgot to tell you this. The Blues Clues Blues birthday video. The first time I watched the Blues Clues Blues birthday video was actually from Christmas of 2007. Right before my first cousin was born. Right before my first cousin was born, and yeah, and yeah, I still watched it. I remember watching this in 2008 too, and yeah. So yeah, back with the Backyardigans, and yeah. So yeah, Pablo is a blue and yellow penguin with a blue and yellow helicopter hat, and 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 oh yeah, Tyrone is an orange moose with a red and blue striped shirt. Uniqua is I think she's an iguana, I guess, and she wears like overalls and stuff. Tasha is a yellow hippo, just like wait, hold on. Just like my stuffed hippo Eeyore. She's a girl though. I named her Eeyore because I remember having her since I remember having this stuffed animal since 2000 and I think it was 2007, I guess. So, yeah. So, yeah, Tasha does look like my stuffed hippo. And yeah. And yeah, let me put her back. I know Eeyore's a boy's name, but I do like the name Eeyore. I wish Eeyore is a girl's name too. And yeah, moving on. And she wears like an orange dress with flower patterns in it. And last is Austin. He's a purple kangaroo with a blue and yellow shirt. And yeah, they like to go on musical adventures in every episode. And my favorite episode of the Backyardigans was the Monster Detectives episode. That was like one of my favorite episodes of the Backyardigans. And yeah, yes I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. And yeah, I remember watching that episode for the first time, and it was on the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 6 2007 DVD, and yeah, I still liked it. And I liked the Mission Mars episode as well. And yeah, the Backyardigans was my childhood too. And yeah. I don't remember watching all the episodes, but some of the episodes though. But I'll think I have to recap them later. So yeah. And as I still have the Leaf Raw, the Clickstar game of that show, and it was the Backyardigans Number Pie Samurai. And yeah, it was seen on my first gameplay of it last year, and yeah. So yeah, the Backyardigans was my childhood. So yeah, it was a really great show. So yeah. Yes. This one. Yes. This one. The Wonder Pets. The Wonder Pets. The Wonder Pets is. The Wonder Pets. I used to like the Wonder Pets since 2007 because I used to watch them for the first time. It was on again the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 6 DVD, and yeah, that was a really good show. I don't remember watching this show when I was little because I don't remember that much, and yeah, the first time I watched it was like it was the Save the Cow. It was the Save the Cow episode, and yeah. Yeah. I think I used to watch this show for the first time. I think it was back around November or December of 2007. I don't know. So, but it was 2007 though. So yeah. And let me talk about the characters. Winnie is a guinea pig, and I thought Winnie was a boy, but apparently she's not. She's a girl. Because it says it does not show, but it says like she's a girl. I thought Winnie was a boy, but no, apparently not. Tuck is a turtle, and yeah, he wears like an Italian hat, like when you go to an Italian canoe, and yeah, and and I forgot to mention this. Winnie wears like a orange cap, and yeah, And yeah, and Tug wears like an Italian hat. Yeah, with a big red pom pom on top. So yeah, and and yeah, and Ming Ming, she's a yellow duckling with a flyer's cap with goggles, and yeah, Ming Ming's really funny in my opinion. She's like the funniest character on the show, and yeah, the Wonder Pets are really good in my opinion. It's a good show, and I do remember an episode where like the Wonder Pets Winnie and Tuck say Ming Ming, and yeah, it was from the episode The Wonder Pets Say the Duckling, and yeah, that was from the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 5 DVD, and yes, I don't know if I still have it. I think I threw it away, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, Wonder Pets is a good show. So yeah. Yes, this one. Jack's Big Music Show. Yes, the same. So yeah. Yeah, Jack's Big Music Show. Yeah. Jack's Big Music Show was great. It was a great show. Well, Jack's Big Music Show isn't like a Nick Jr. show, but I know any better. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this in my list, in my Nick Jr. shows that I like list, because I do like the show when I was little. The first time I watched Jack's Big Music Show was from the again with that DVD, the Nick Jr. Favorites Volume 6 DVD. And yes, and the first time the episode that I watched Jack's Big Music Show for the first time was the marching band episode. And yeah, it was a really great episode. It was really great. I do like the music segments with the Lori Baker Band and Milkshake, and yeah, those were fun. Those were like fun songs to dance to, and yeah, so yeah, Jack is like, and yes, this show is like similar to the Nick Jr. Baby show, Curious Buddies, and yeah, so yeah, and Jack, let me tell you, and I know, Anthony Fritchley likes the show because he uploaded 2 episodes of that show, and that is the Grumpy Squirrel and the Snow Day episode, and yeah. And yeah. And yeah, they're still on YouTube if you want to watch them. Yeah. Yeah. And make sure you subscribe Anthony Fritchley, because he's like my fan of my YouTube channel, and yeah. And yeah, let me tell you the characters. Jack is the leader of the Jack's Big Music Show, and he has like a clubhouse right near his house, and yeah, that's kind of weird, and yeah, he has a friend named Mary. She's like yellow. She has a yellow body with light purple hair, and she wears like a red sweater, I guess, and yeah, and Mary's voice remind me of Gabriella from Sid the Science Kid, which is like similar to that, and yeah, and Mary's voice is the same voice actor. Is from the same voice actor from Sid the Science Kid, and which is like Gabriella. Yeah, the girl with the two buns on her hair, and yeah, and yeah, and yeah, Jack has a dog named Mel. He's like a striped dog, and yeah, Mel remind me of Dog from the Curious Buddies, and yeah, which is like similar to that, and yeah, and the episodes were really great. really great in my opinion. And yeah, my favorite part of Jack's McMusic's show was the music segments with the Lori Baker Band and Milkshake. I don't know the rest of them though, and yeah, and yeah. Ah, jeez, I'm so tired. But I don't like the intro of it, or the or the or the narr or the outro of it. But I do like the mom though. She reminded me of the narrator of the Curious Buddies, which that shows for babies, and everyone hates it. And yeah, yeah, and and yeah, and yeah, and yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't like the episodes where like Jack's Music Show ends with the clubhouse, because I do like the ending with the I do like the ending with the ending where like Jack leaves the clubhouse and went back to the house with his mom saying, "You in that clubhouse." And yeah. So yeah. Jack's Music Show is a really good show in my opinion. So yeah. Good show. Not even a Nick Jr. show, but it's a good show. Good show, by the way. Okay, last one, everyone. This one is this Nick Jr. show is from the 2010s. Yes, I better make this quick because I am so tired right now. And this last one is Mutton Stuff. Yes, this show takes place in a dog school, and yeah, there was this guy that's with him. I don't remember what his name though. Sometimes I forgot things, and yeah, and there was this dog named Steph. I think that was his name. I don't know, and yeah, this show is about dogs and stuff, and they like to go on adventures around the school and stuff, and yeah. I do remember watching this show. Back around my spring vacation, back around 2016, and yeah, it was on my spring break at my grandma's house, and yeah, I spend the weekend there, spend my spring break at my grandma's house back around 2016, and yeah, that's the first time I watched Mutton Stuff, and I'm really sad this got canceled back around November of 2017, which I really like this show since my spring break of 2016, and yeah, so yeah, Mutton Stuff was a really good show. That used to be my childhood too, but I'm really sad that show is taken off the air. So yeah, really sad though. So sad. Okay, that was it, everyone. That was it for my Nick Jr. shows that I like. Stay tuned for more documentaries coming next year. So yeah, bye bye for now.